Bananas. Hello strangers. The Minecraft Origins mod community is notorious for preferring overpowered origins such as the Titan Shifter and the Riftborn. However, it wasn't always the case. Today we will be looking at a modified version of that origin that became a meme and was popularized by the Origins SMP. Of course, I'm talking about Starborne, and at the very end of the video, I'll be giving it a score out of 10. Enjoy. Now, the Starborne is an older origin that Scott uses in the Origins SMP, and it's probably most notable for how overpowered the origin is, and over time it's had its revamps and changes done to it. Today's video will be on the 4.5 version of that origin that adds some quirks and new abilities. The first of those being Speedy Star. You can condense your star energy to make you gain a mediocre velocity, and a star circle behind you will fling yourself and others straight up into the air. And this is a pretty fancy ability with some nice particles, and I find that it's quite similar to the Wendigo's Pounce ability. Also, this is Huang. I probably butchered that, but this is why I call him Jock. And he'll be here for most of the abilities, as we recorded mostly all of them together. So thanks to him for helping with some of the gameplay. You should subscribe to him. He just hit 100 subscribers recently. Link will be up above and in the description. And here we have falling stars. You can drop stars on your enemy every 30 seconds when you hit someone. And yeah, as you saw, this summons a firework on your enemy and this will deal damage to them. I love the particles as much as it is a meme by now about how much I talk about them. They really are the part that pulls the origin together, and it's just so flashy. I absolutely love it. And now we have our first active ability, Cosmic Warp. You can teleport 20 blocks where you are looking with a cooldown of 6 seconds. You've seen abilities like this hundreds of times by now. I'm not sure what else to say about it. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, I mean, I must admit though, it is really cool. And like I said, those particles, man. Mwah. Hey you, ever wanted to be in an Origins SMP server? Well, today's your lucky day because my server is still currently open to those who do want to join. All you need to do is to join our Discord so that you can request for your username to be whitelisted. What you're seeing now is the spawn, and while it's a work in progress, I think it looks pretty amazing. Shout out to Hollow for doing all this for me, and I really hope to see you there. Also, if you haven't already, consider leaving a like, it helps me out a lot. Our next ability is that iconic shooting star. You can shoot a star beam that will deal 10 damage with a 6-second cooldown, and this ability is very overpowered due to the spamming nature of it, but it's just so satisfying to use, casually just blasting your enemies from a distance like a celestial sniper. Our next ability is passive, and it is born from the stars, and during the night you'll get a bunch of buffs such as glowing 2, jump boost 3, speed, regeneration 3, and slow falling. The slow falling is a bit annoying, but it's here. This origin also comes with a neat custom item when you slay the dragon, giving you a weapon forged with the stars. And can we just talk about how cool that pop-up text is? Because man, that is amazing. Really makes you feel accomplished. And it's a nice enchanted diamond sword. I'm not sure what exactly the enchants on it are, but it is pretty strong. Your first and only quirk is Wanderer of the Stars, and as the nighttime comes, you aren't able to sleep. And yeah, that's self-explanatory. Also, special shout out to these chads who have made some cool additions to the server. Don't mind the guy burning to death. Well, he's not really burning to death, he's refractor, he's just healing. But yeah. And now we're on to our drawbacks. The first of those being Supernova. I'm not even gonna explain this, just take a look. Look at how they massacred Spawn. Tears. Your next drawback is cold vacuum. Due to the cold vacuum of space, you aren't used to the heat, so you take double fire damage from all fire related sources, which is interesting because you would think that Starborne would be, well, used to that, because, you know, stars are like kinda hot, but it is what it is. Next up is Star Watcher. You just love to watch the stars, and when not exposed to them, you get a little sad and you move a little bit slower. And by a bit, they really do mean a bit. It is hardly noticeable if I'm honest. Second to last is Unknown Realm of the Stars. Being in the realms of no stars, so the Nether and the End, you suffer in those realms and you deal a lot less damage and you're a bit slower than normal. You also have a lot less maximum hearts overall. Last and easily the most annoying by a mile is Nonviolent. The Great Abyss of Space violence is uncommon, and there's a small chance for you to be immobilized with slowness 10 and blindness 10 on top of that, and just look at how long that lasted. Sheesh. Now those were all the abilities and drawbacks for this origin in version 4.5, which was made by Huang. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. But the changes that were made in 4.5 are as follows. Teleportation no longer goes through blocks, thank God for that. He also made the particles a little less annoying, but still flashy, and the particles no longer permit while using a pumpkin head as requested by Scott, and he also made the Blade of the Stars less OP, and he also did, he changed the damage that you take in the Realm of the Stars. Instead of taking damage, you just get slowed and you deal less damage yourself, and that's an amazing change because taking damage constantly is super annoying. So all these changes are amazing and mostly quality of life fixes. Excellent work by you, Huang. And of course you as well, Slayer. I doubt they're watching, but excellent work by them. And so it is time to pass the judgment. The Starborne origin, I have to consider that it's still very overpowered even with the new nerfs, and the extra fire drawback, it does feel a little bit lazy because come on, stars are hot, dude. Other than that though, I do love the abilities, the particles and the glow is a very nice touch. I always talk about particles, but man, they're amazing. So all in all, I would probably give this origin a solid 6.5 out of 10. Do you agree with that rating? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so very much for the support, and shout out to my channel members VHips, Sad, Hollow, Salmon, Rain, Ked, Void Uncreative, God Gamer, and Aster. You guys are amazing. I'm pretty gassed though. Don't forget to wash your hands, and I hope to meet you again in the next one. See ya.